I'm very excited to be joined by Joel Haglax, who is the game designer for Close to the Sun from Storm and Teacup Games. And we're going to play a little bit of the opening of the game. Very exciting. Now, I played a bit of this game before, and I'm a big fan, so I'm excited to be demoing it for everyone today.
I guess Ada didn't tell anyone I was coming.
So, Joel, do you want to give kind of a little bit of a bit of a background for the viewer at home on where we are and what's going on right now?
Right. So Close to the Sun, it's a first-person horror adventure. We call it horror adventure primarily because we don't lean into the horror aspect quite as much as you would expect from a Soma or an Outlast or Layers of Fear, who very much identify themselves as being horror games. We're using horror more as a way of maintaining suspense, keeping the player, tense and on the edge, but not necessarily leaning into that horror aspect as much. So in Close to the Sun, we're playing with alternative history, a world in which Nikola Tesla had massive immediate success. All of his creative genius, all of his aspirations and inventions have come to full fruition. So he's basically the Elon Musk of that era. So Nikola Tesla has built a giant floating laboratory, the Helios, which is a massive ship. It's so large it has its own internal rail system. And we arrive at the Helios in search of our sister, who happens to be a very prominent scientist aboard this massive laboratory. So
she sent us an invite.
Yeah.
And we've turned up.
A very cryptic letter.
And it seems like maybe all is not well. So
no, exactly. Science is risky business. Especially in video games.
To half of the world, and yet still hungers for that other half.
So you and I have spoken before about Tesla as kind of a figure and
yeah, he's such an interesting historical character. I mean, when we had him early on in our brainstorming sessions, no matter where you poke him, it doesn't matter if you poke Nikola Tesla from a personal standpoint, from a scientific standpoint, something interesting always falls out. So he's been like a gold mine of interesting ideas.
Yeah, so okay, let's try and explore a bit more. So what are some of the inspirations that you're thinking of when you're designing this game?
Well, initially we're a small indie studio in Rome, Italy. We were aiming to punch above our weight class, get as close as we could to titles such as Soma or Outlast or Layers of Fear, who still have longer development times than us, but we wanted to pitch and get as close to that level as we could. Now
that's one of my favorite bits.
Yeah, exactly. There will be time for blood. Don't worry. But not this early. So we're building up to it. But yeah, so those were kind of the titles that we wanted to get close to initially. But as we kind of created our universe and found the art style of Art Deco and Art Nouveau, people have been drawing the comparisons to Bioshock, and here we have Nikola Tesla coming in.
And unless it wasn't already obvious, this ship is under strict quarantine. There is to be no movement on or off the Helios. And yet, here you are. Another one of Edison's spies, I think. Movement throughout the ship has been restricted. Whether you are friend or foe, do watch your step.
Yeah, so the rivalry between Tesla and Edison is still alive and well.
Yeah.
It's been amplified to 11. Here where Nikola Tesla is massively successful, Edison is on the back foot trying to catch up. So he's attempting to steal secrets and do some sabotage in order to get as close as he can to Nikola Tesla's success.
That must be a fun kind of rivalry to play with.
Oh,
it's
yes.
so famous.
For sure.
Yeah.
And anything that involves espionage is inherently mysterious and interesting to dig through. So here in the early opening section of the Helios, you have this security department that is in charge of vetting all of the passengers, guests, and employees to make sure that their identity stacks up and that they are not double agents working for Edison.
It must be fun designing, because it's obviously set, decades ago, but because you're using, one of the greatest scientists of his age, you can have all these kind of cool inventions and
for sure. And I mean, inventions such as the death ray or transmitting electricity through the air wirelessly, all of these inventions that didn't necessarily pan out in real life, we can play with and amplify. So it's been a wealth of possibility for us.
Sorry, we got interrupted by Tesla as well, but you're saying the people are making comparisons to Bioshock just because of the decade and the kind of...
Yeah, and if Nikola Tesla were to build a giant floating magnificent ship, he would use the popular art style of that age, and that would happen to be Art Deco and Art Nouveau. Those architectural styles kind of defined that age. So that's why the Helios is in that style. But we never really anticipated that we would be able to reach that high, that people are comparing us to, a massive AAA 300 people 4-year-old, project. That was never really on our radar. So when people make those comparisons, we kind of high-five each other in the office, while at the same time we're a little bit nervous about it because it's still very much a indie project. So I can...
few little puzzles and things like this, aren't there?
Yeah, I can give you the code just for this one. So go west.
Oh, west. That was in the letter.
It was in the letter.
I just wasn't paying attention.
So this is how suspected Edison spies get interrogated aboard the Helios?
There are loads of
Wait until my editor hears about this.
little pieces like that, little flavor things.
Yeah, exactly.
That you don't have to find.
No, exactly. Just to reward the people who take the time and want to dig into the history of the Helios and what's been going on there. Not crucial for your main progression, but available if you do the digging.
Oh no, we were just in here, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm getting lost. So with that, did you when you were sort of designing the story, did you kind of come up with the story first or did you kind of plot that whole history of the Helios and then kind of start there, or what was the kind of process there?
Early on, we knew that we wanted to create a game in isolation, away from civilization. So to do it on a ship out at sea, that seemed like a really good idea. Then we wanted to avoid telecommunication and
Hello?
GPS.
Anyone there?
No one's there. Don't worry. So we wanted to avoid modern technology, so we went back in time. And then, as we went back in time, the name of Nikola Tesla came up. And once we had those pillars in place, the game kind of just self-referenced itself into being. It was a lot of fun. So that universe has been... Ciao, Tesla. Join me. Yeah, so that's been a super fun process. And initially we built an ocean simulator to make sure that we could execute on that ship out at sea part. But as the Helios grew and just grew in size, it became more important to dive deeper into the Helios than to kind of absorb the outside sea. So we never really got as much use out of that ocean simulator as we initially thought. But that's, part of game development. You gotta be nimble on your feet. You gotta adapt.
This is great.
Yeah. No, we have really good concept artists who've been helping us put good environmental storytelling in your surroundings. So you don't have to read everything in order to understand what's going on. Hopefully you can just walk through these environments.
Confirmed Edison agents? Seems like their rivalry is alive and well.
Yeah.
False flag operations.
Yeah. No, so hopefully you can just walk through these environments and absorb the general environment, and through that understand what's happening. Then if you really want to dig deep, you can read long form reports such as that one. So here on your left, I think right behind you, you have another puzzle.
Yeah.
I'll just give you the code so you can so we can show off more of our
Yeah, more of
environment.
the game.
So up. Nice.
All right,
do
so
it.
we can get through.
Now to find Ada.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be that easy. We'll find her right away. There'll be no issues.
No issues. There are no complications along the way.
So it's obviously, like you were just saying, it's a massive, massive ship.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of fun different areas. I've only seen a few.
True,
but
true.
there are some really great...
What the hell? Hey!
Played this like 3 times and I keep forgetting.
It's been so much fun going to various conventions all over and have that scene have such a high hit rate, because sure, we sprinkle in some scares here and there, but not all of them hit equally well. But that one does the job well.
She's remarkably calm about everything, though.
Rose, she's stoic. She's strong.
She deals with it a lot better than I would.
So here we're arriving at the Teslatorium. This is one of the early sections of the Helios that all guests going through security would pass through as they come aboard the Helios.
I mean, this is a map.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see like how big it is and some of the areas that...
Exactly.
Kind of,
and you'll be moving through apartments, laboratories, gardens. You'll be taking the metro or rail station at some point.
Calling any survivors on this frequency. Is anyone out there? I repeat, this is lead researcher Archer calling for any survivors on this frequency. Is anyone... Rose?
Ada!
Holy shit, Rose!
Ada!
What the hell are you doing here?
Wait, what? Ada, you told me to come. I've got your letter right here.
That doesn't make any sense. I didn't write you any letter, Rose. But never mind. There's been an accident. Or sabotage. It doesn't matter. We need to get off this ship.
That's what the quarantine is about? Ada, what the hell is going on?
Rose, listen very carefully. We really need to leave. It's spreading all...
Ada!
Dun, dun, dun.
Ada! Come on.
seems like it might be more difficult to get hold of Ada than we first thought.
Yeah.
This is great. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, here Nikola Tesla had the success that he never really achieved. He was a massively successful scientist in real life, of course, but if his ideas had panned out, if his aspirations would have come true, he might have received a bit of an ego kick.
Built a museum to himself.
Yeah, you never know.
This is really great. This is a really great. If we had more time, I would explore this. But it's really great. You can like hit the buttons, and then Tesla will say something about how great his inventions are and stuff.
Yeah, stuff like the Death Ray and his Ford and Cliff Tower.
Scientists in the middle of the ocean. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, there are some just really great,
What the-
huge kind of environments like this that just look really grand.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, it's been so much fun to create and to work with our artists to get this visual style
Anyone?
hammered down. They've been amazing.
just just imagine like when people get like mega successful, they just go really weird. They're like, yeah, let's have a museum to myself and a party with everyone wearing masks.
Yeah.
Was that?
You know, if you're that successful, you have the right to be a little bit eccentric.
That's true.
Rose? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but what the hell am I doing here? If you didn't write the letter, who did? It's in your handwriting and everything.
This is gonna sound weird, but it might have been me. Not present me, but future me. I know how crazy that sounds, but I promise I can explain everything. Let's rendezvous in my apartment. From there we'll escape together, okay?
Escape from what, exactly?
It's not safe here, Rose. It's spreading throughout the ship.
Does it start from the inside or the outside? I can't remember.
You need to grab a Faraday
If you
key
start
card
from the
check
outside,
if
it
they're
gets
in the
easier.
hall. They're kept in a
So
wall-mounted
if you
safe
start with
combination
getting
should
the
break down
last
somewhere nearby.
digit in,
The key card will automatically take
the
the elevator
number
to the right
2.
district. Did you
Oh
get
yeah,
all that?
and then,
There
okay.
you go. Yeah.
Open safe, get key card, use elevator, meet in your apartment. I got it.
There we go.
Great. I won't be able to reach you on the radio for a bit, so just get there and stay safe, okay?
Fine.
Smashing, we're flying
When
through
you get
this.
there,
It's gonna be easy, Joel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Answers. Deal?
Don't know what the fuss is.
Even if I can't explain why or how you got here, really am grateful that you're here. See you soon.
That's just more paint, right?
Yeah,
That's why.
of course, of course. You have nothing to worry about.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So now we're making a jump. This has been pieces of the early game when you just arrive at the Helios and so on. Now we're taking a chapter from more of the middle of the game. So narrative-wise, this will be a little bit out of context, and it will be on purpose difficult to put these pieces in place. But it will just show off some more of our environments and some of our other mechanics and effects.
We'll take a little look at this and then.
Any idea where this notebook might be?
Oh yeah, I remember. This is a great
remember?
environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theater, you know?
Afraid not. But how big can it be, really? Oh.
That's just the lobby. Wait until you see the auditorium. I leave you to search while I resolve some issues with the weather tech devices. I'll check in with you later, alright?
Sure. This might take a while.
I've run into the little cutscene. But
Not at all, sir.
yeah, if I was
I'm still learning how to best get
a
around
rich scientist, I would build an
So many
opera house
floors,
in
so much to
my
see.
city-state boat for sure.
Yeah.
But I have saved the best for last.
And Nikola Tesla's historical real-life persona, he loved to mingle with artists, with poets, with writers. So this is very much in his nature. He would have loved to have artists prosper and come and entertain his scientists.
I'm glad. We have a wonderful lineup of performances this year. And if you look closely, up there, that is your private balcony. From where you'll
It
be
does
able
look
to walk
amazing,
down.
and we won't have time to get down there. But suffice to say, there are some surprises waiting.
Oh yes, oh, yes.
The
we
stage
like
area.
to put you on a bit of a roller coaster ride where you get to solve problems and take in the lore, and then gradually we increase tension, and then we make you either run or die. So
I'm really excited to see the full thing, which I don't think you've got a release date nailed down yet.
not quite.
But,
We have a release date coming in within a week or two that will have the official release date in it. But I just know that my window of polish is shrinking rapidly. So we're hoping early May will be our window.
Wow. Well, I mean, thank you so much for being here, Joel,
My
to help
pleasure.
me show off Close to the Sun.